What's up, guys? Welcome to a special Father's Day episode on the POS channel. Today we got a little podcast running between me and Be the King 27, otherwise known as Brian. And we're just going to be talking about various things today, but I think Brian wants to start it off.
Oh, okay. Was awkward. The hand off was awkward. You still got it rolling, right?
Yeah, I got it rolling. It's always rolling.
All right, yo. So, in case you guys are not informed, there was recently an announcement on Twitch. We all got emails if you're like an affiliate or a Twitch streamer, anything like that. And they announced that they are now offering a 55% split for content creators for running ads. It's like a minimum of 3 minutes, and I think they're like non-skippable. And there was a lot of people going, "Oh, that's pretty dope," until they realized it was only for partners. And so that's where some of the controversy came in, and it started sparking a little bit of an outrage on Twitter. You had a lot of people going 55% for ads. I'm gonna have to force my viewers to watch ads. Some people don't want to sub, but they want to be there. But if there's ads, they're not going to want to be there. It was mainly on the negative side. And then it started bringing out more attention towards like Twitch payout and how those things are handled. A lot of the things that started coming up was being a partner on Twitch worth it? Is something that you can potentially make a career? Does it even matter to be a Twitch partner? Those kinds of things were coming up. And so I guess, Josh, it's been a little while since you've streamed on the serious side. What has kind of made you take a little bit of a break and, not be as hot and heavy on Twitch as you had been?
Yeah, exactly. Well, for me, like you said, I haven't been streaming at all, really. The only times I've really been streaming is when you're like, "Oh, yo, he's not gonna stream right now." Like, I'll stream right now. Say I won't.
Yeah,
then I end up
like
streaming.
a no balls kind of situation.
Say I won't.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, it wasn't a thing that I planned. So back in last year, the summer of last year, I was getting ready for college, and I knew that I couldn't stream in college. But it wasn't a thing where I was gonna quit streaming. But for me, I kind of enjoyed having that time off from streaming and like social media and promoting myself, because like when you're streaming, it's a constant grind. You're not just streaming. In order to get people to come to you, you gotta have Twitter, you gotta have TikTok, you gotta always be retweeting people, interacting with people, and being involved in multiple communities. It's like a full-time job in addition to whatever you're doing. Especially for that small time creator that doesn't get a break and they always have to have their foot on the gas pedal. It's a lot.
Yeah. Gas pedal.
And
I think. Oh yeah, good.
I also found for me, because I was also doing YouTube videos at the time, a little bit before I quit streamings. I found that YouTube videos kind of worked for me a little bit better, mainly because I like being able to edit and record whenever I want, and I don't have to necessarily promote myself as hard as I did on Twitch, because YouTube, it would do that for you. The algorithm is there, and as long as you follow the algorithm and know what's up with it, you'll get promoted pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the main reasons I don't really stream anymore. Only time I do stream is when I feel like it, really, which is like once every 2 weeks max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
even. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I guess I've got 2 questions for you. One of which is there anything that Twitch can do to bring, you who is a talented enough content creator back to wanting to stream? And 2, should we go into Twitch like as a content creator seeking it as a career, or should we see it as a hobby with a potential for, extra money making or just for fun? Is there anything that Twitch can do today that would make you go, I'm going to prioritize and make time for Twitch? Is there anything that can be done?
Yeah. I mean, to give my honest opinion, I don't think anybody should go into any type of career or like any type of field looking for a career, right? At least if it's not your main career, like maybe like an office job or something like that. But if you're going into like fashion, gaming, management or something like that, you shouldn't go into it looking for it to be your main career. You should go
Yeah.
into it looking to learn what that career is about, because you may not even like it when you get there. You know, that's
Yeah.
something you're initially learning about. I don't think you should go in thinking, I want to make a lot of money. That's not a good
Right.
mindset, because it's not gonna last. It's not gonna pull you through those hard times, because
Right.
in those hard times you're not making money.
Right.
You're not making money. You're not doing a lot. You're not seeing a lot of benefits from it. And if your only motivator is money and a career, that's not gonna last, because when you're in those hard times, you need more than that. You need passion. You need to actually want it. You know. And if
Yeah.
you don't want it if you just want it for the money. So I wouldn't recommend
Yeah.
that. Um, regarding, I forgot what was your other question saying.
Was there anything Twitch could do as far as from quality of life or new features that would make you decide, all right, I'm not only going to do YouTube, but I'm going to now create time for Twitch because now it's suddenly more lucrative or beneficial in the long term? Is there anything that they can do to bring you, a former, consistent Twitch streamer, back to Twitch?
Honestly, I don't really think so. Mainly because I like Twitch because of the community, right? But I
Hmm.
also found that you can have communities through different things. Like we do the Discord server, we have the POS server, right? We have 150 people in there. We have a good amount of people that talk, you know,
170.
170. He's like, get the numbers right. But we have a good amount of people in there, a good amount of people that talk. And I found that you don't just need Twitch to have a community. You can have a community on Twitter, on Discord, and those communities are way easier to form, and you make a lot of
Yeah.
friendships on there. I think
Hmm.
the only way I would come back to Twitch is when I already have an established community, you know? And like
Yeah.
we do have one in POS, but I mean like a good amount of people in an
Yeah.
established community that are active and like they're always, talking and stuff like that.
Right.
Once I see that, maybe I would come back, because I would know that I already have that community waiting for me. So
Yeah, that makes sense. I think for me, Twitch, like, it's a good hobby, right? It's
yeah.
cool. You know, people sub to you, you can get bits, you can make extra money doing it. But I think it's kind of like you said. You should go into it not expecting that it's going to be a career. Absolutely do not quit your day job for Twitch. If
100% facts, bro.
yeah, if you're not one
No
financial
one
in a
blows
position
up on
where
Twitch within the first year, I feel like.
yeah,
You know?
exactly. Like if you're not in 100% financial state where you can just take the absolute risk and go negative for the year. I'm not talking about break even. I'm talking about potentially go negative without any financial repercussions. It ain't for you to try to go full time. Like you just can't do that. I feel like there are so many people who are trying to get notoriety through Twitch or a career through Twitch, which even though it's 100% possible, there's people out there that are killing it, doing a good job. Um, but at the end of the day, some of those people are crying about the way that Twitch does stuff as well. So is it really worth it? I think Twitch shouldn't be, just for you to want to be famous. It should be used as a way for you to do something that you enjoy and pull other people in to enjoy it with you. Is the way that I see it. Like, are there benefits to it? Yes, but don't go into it expecting, oh, I'm going to be Nick Merckx. I'm going to have, you know, 30,000 people in here every single time. Because there's going to be times that, like, even I've seen it, I've felt it, and it's been recent. You might have two people in there hanging out with your dog, like,
Yeah.
and those two people may not even be interacting,
Yeah.
So
And
you still
honestly,
got to
bro,
keep.
um,
Mhm.
I will say it's hard to get big on Twitch right now. Like I think a lot of
Yeah.
content creators are seeing that right now, because
Hmm.
I think a lot of people saw that big influx of people doing the Twitch and streaming and making a lot of money.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would credit that to Fortnite, right? They had
Yeah.
that big, Fortnite was like a crazy anomaly, right? It was
Yeah.
small and then it got big and then it got huge and then it just got, it's basically like Mario now. Like
Yeah.
it's like when your parents like, oh, you playing Mario? Like, no, I'm playing Fortnite. Now people will ask like, are you playing Fortnite? Like, grandmas know about
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Everybody knows about Fortnite.
Everybody
It's
knows.
it's
It's real.
crazy to think like that game came out of like my state. Like I was working like 15 minutes from where that game was,
Really?
created. Yeah, yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
crazy. Because the guys from Epic, they used to come in and buy products from the Best Buy that I used to work at, and they would use it
Really?
for like testing. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty wild. So the fact that North Carolina produced that, I got a buddy that still works there. Um, like North Carolina came up with that, and it went huge. And I think, like you said, you had a bunch of people flock towards it. It's a game that is clearly addicting for some,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people wanted to jump on and be the next Tifu or Ninja, or I
But
think
that's
Nick Merckx
exactly the
started
point,
out
though. Like,
with Fortnite too, right?
yeah, he did. But that's exactly the point, though. A lot of content creators flock to Fortnite, and a lot of the big people you see now are big because they got there like right before it really took off, right before the game became
Yeah.
like world renowned. That's where they were there, and because they were
Hmm.
there and already in that position to be streaming and like actually be good at the game when a lot of people were terrible, and that's not an
Yeah.
insult, but a lot of people were terrible.
No. Yeah.
Um,
I mean, there's always the 1%.
yeah, exactly, and they got big off of that, and there's
Yeah.
not going to be another thing like that for a while. So if you're coming to Twitch thinking, yo, I'm going to try to find the next big game that's going to become world renowned, like, no, like, don't come to Twitch thinking that. It's not going to happen for a while. Like, I don't see another Fortnite happening for like the next 10 years, probably.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long time before something like that happens again.
Yeah.
Fortnite was just this weird, crazy, special case. I still don't understand how it got so big. It's like one day,
I don't see the appeal, honestly. It's not
I
there
mean,
for me.
don't get me
You
wrong.
know?
Don't get me wrong. I love the game. Like that's how I met Jordan. I
Yeah.
met Jordan in Fortnite. We played the first season. It was crazy. Right? It was a lot of fun. But like it was like one day this game was like a small community. There was a good amount of people playing, but like it wasn't crazy big. And then one day it was just
Yeah.
like everywhere. You see the toys
Yeah.
inside of Walmart and stuff like that. It's
Hmm.
crazy. And I don't understand how it got that big, but that shows you how fast time moves.
Yeah.
And there's
Sometimes
always
you just
somebody
capture
working.
lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. I think you're right. Because, like, look at games like DBD, right? DBD, to me, I think that's something special. Like, it may not be for a lot of people, but to me, that's like a horror game that's like basically like being inside of a horror movie, and you're playing it, you're trying to survive. You've got familiar faces, killers that you see in the movies, some original killers. And even that game hasn't gone like crazy. It's got lasting power. It's still got like a crazy, you know, volume
Fan
of people
base, yeah.
invested in the community. But that game should be like wild to me. But you can't predict these things. Sometimes things hit at the right moment and it's exactly what you need.
Yeah, like
Because like you had PUBG and you had Fortnite, but one of them did way better than the other for obvious reasons. And it's just sometimes you just got it and it just happens.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
how it is
Lightning.
with content creating sometimes. I could do the exact same stream as somebody else, and I might have 7 people. The other person might have 7,000. Somebody else could be doing the exact same style of stream, same energy, same vibe, and have 0 people in there. It's just sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Some of it is exposure, some of it is luck. I hate to use the word luck, but sometimes it is.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's definitely a formula to it as well. Because like
Oh
if you
yeah,
look at
100%.
Fortnite literally changed the whole gaming world, right? Because
Yeah,
if you look at any new game coming out now, um a crazy amount of games now are coming out for free, and that never happened in the past. In
yeah,
the past,
it's
game was
wild.
full price. If you were like, oh, is this game gonna come out free? They would laugh at you, like, what are you talking about? But a lot of
Yeah,
times now, people are like, oh, this game comes out free, but look, there's a battle pass you can pay $10 a month for it. Like Fortnite was really
yeah.
like the first. I don't know if they were the first to do it, but they were the first to popularize that for sure.
I think
And
maybe like Warframe might have been first because I remember playing Warframe like a little bit, not heavy. That's when I was just like, oh, I'll try something different, and I didn't stick with it. But like I think Warframe was like first, but Fortnite did it better,
yeah,
kind of
exactly.
thing.
Like Fortnite knew that this type. I think Fortnite had that advantage where it came out on consoles and it was a battle royale game, and a lot of people wanted to play PUBG, but PUBG wasn't out on
Yeah.
consoles. So Fortnite recognized that and they put that on consoles. They recognized
Hmm.
that untapped market, and not only did they put it out on console, they made the game free. Unlike PUBG, which
Yeah.
was a paid game, they made the game free, and they also put crazy skins and made the game really fun. And they also
Yeah.
appealed to children too with the cartoonist style and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they
And the
definitely
emotes.
did the perfect type of formula for success.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think that it's a matter of just it's kind of like you go into a job, entry level position, and it's not like a career. Even though, like, okay, fast food is probably the best example, right? So you can become a manager at a fast food restaurant and make a lot of money, probably more than I make in my field, um, where I'm currently at. But you're not supposed to stay in that entry level position and expect great things to come of it just because you want great things to come of it. Twitch should be treated as like something you absolutely do for the love of it, and maybe part-time job-ish if you're in it for the money and that's your mindset. But like you said, you should not go into it expecting lightning in a bottle, instant gratification, gonna make a lot of money, gonna have a lot of viewers, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and like not to say like this isn't to say that that shouldn't be your goal. Like if I was
Yeah.
getting into Twitch, like that would be my goal. Like I want to be a full-time streamer, but that
Mhm.
shouldn't be the reason why you're streaming. Just that's
Yeah.
those are two different things. Like the justification for
Yeah.
why you're streaming is different from your goal, you know.
Yeah.
And you got to be justified in like actual true reasons. Because I'm believe me, money it's a cool motivator at first, but it's not gonna pan out,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, how you gonna
Especially
feel when you streamed 80 hours in a month and didn't get a payout? What you gonna do?
yeah.
Like, you gonna keep going back? Are you willing to, still give 100% of a show with three people in there versus, 30, 40?
Yeah, exactly.
You
Like,
gotta keep it consistent
and I
with
think
your
that works for
expectations.
anything in life, to be honest, though. Like, money's
Yeah.
never a great motivator. And people like to be really money focused, like, oh, this job makes 90,000 a year. But, like, if you don't enjoy that job, doesn't matter how much
Hmm.
money you're making, because you're spending, what, 8 hours a day at your job? That's a third of the
Yeah.
day. That's a third of your
Yeah.
life you're spending at a job that you don't like. That's a third of your life that you just don't like. And the other third is
Hmm.
spent sleeping, so that means you have one third left.
Yeah.
you know
Exactly.
and it's crazy to think that people actually think like that. Money is never a
Yeah.
great motivator, and it's definitely cool to have, but it's never a great motivator.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people like, I think one of the things that I think about when I see it is seeing a lot of people like, oh, they should give you more of a payout. And Twitch is there to make money, right? Their job is for them to make money. They offer you incentives for you to perform and to give 100%. So then that way, if you're doing well, they're doing well, right? It's not if we're doing well, you're doing well as the content creator. That's not how it is. Let's be real, it's a business. It's not about you making all the money. I feel like Twitch at its roots is a great idea. It's literally a way to connect people, which is cool. But it's a business. In order for those things to work, in order for servers to be good, in order for all these million Nick Merck wannabes to be able to do what they do, they got to maintain that stuff, man. It costs money to do that. People forget about that. You think that if I was just like, yo, I'm going to offer streaming service for everybody, and I'm going to give you guys 80% of whatever income you bring in. You think I'm gonna be able to have good servers, good speed, good connections, everybody's getting in all the time, it's gonna be engaging? No, these things take money. You have to have people that can maintain it, you have to have good equipment, good servers, there's a lot that goes into it, and there's a reason why they can't give a whole lot of money all the time, because if there's probably 100 million people streaming on Twitch, if we're
Yeah.
being honest. Not concurrently, not consistently, but I mean, they have to be able to be prepared for that amount of people to potentially be streaming at once. There's maintenance, there's operating costs behind it. They have to pay people to do the stuff that makes us do what we do on Twitch. Um, I don't mean to sound insensitive to anybody that is treating Twitch like a job, but I mean, if I run a business, I have to pay people to be there. Human resource, that's a cost. I have to have equipment that works, like my shop. I have to be able to pay for electricity. I have to be able to have water running, lifts for the cars. If a lift breaks, what happens? Somebody who's a professional at fixing them has to come in. I got to pay that guy. It's just, there's operating costs, there's jobs that they have to pay for people for. Um, Twitch doesn't owe you anything. And I mean that respectfully. Um, it's not the government. It's not something that's involuntary. Streaming on Twitch is a choice. And I think one of the things that people often forget about if they want to be a full time streamer one thing that Twitch does not offer you that simply going to work and having a career outside of Twitch offers you: benefits, retirement, those kinds of things that people don't factor in. You can be a full-time Twitch streamer, but if you got to pay for your own health care, your own dentist bills, your own eye care at full cost, no program through Twitch or anything like that, you know, it's sometimes better for you to go outside, touch grass, and get a job. Like,
Touch grass.
I mean, and there's jobs out there, you can make a lot of money. Um, I did not go to college personally. I don't make terrible money, but what I do have benefits. I do have life insurance. I do have health care. Like
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
so
Yeah.
there's so many things, and those are things that if you were trying to make Twitch your job, those are things that you, the content creator who's responsible for your own self, should be factoring in as operating costs as well. That
Yeah.
kind of stuff gets taken out of my check when I go to work. That stuff needs to get taken out of your check when you get paid. So is it really worth it to try to make that a full-time thing? Only if you are already in an extremely comfortable environment with nothing to lose. You know,
Yeah, and I like the
if you can
I like the fact
donate a year of your time as an L, that's the only way I say go into a full-time.
as an now.
Yeah, because if you're spending a year on Twitch and you're not doing anything else to progress yourself further in life, if Twitch doesn't work out, what have you gained?
Yeah. But I like the fact that you mentioned about how they have to keep these servers up and it costs a lot of
Oh
money
yeah, I think about that
because
all the time. It's like, they keep all these people online. Crazy.
yeah, it is
Viewers
crazy.
and streamers. Like, that's a lot of traffic, network traffic.
Yeah, and like someone brought up this analogy to me a couple of days ago, and like it relates to music, but like one
Yeah.
one label they have to sign like 20 artists to get one good artist, and they
Oh
have
yeah,
to, but
absolutely.
that one good artist has to pay for those other 20 artists that failed, and that's
Yeah.
like it's not the same as I think it's Twitch, but that's basically what Twitch is. Like they have a lot of great talent on Twitch, but
Yeah.
there's also a lot of misses, a ton of misses. Like the people that you guys see on Twitch that are big are like the only 1% of people, and this
Hmm.
1% of people have to pay and have to like keep up the popularity for the rest of the 99%, and that's
Yeah.
insane to think about, you know.
Yep.
For me personally, I feel like the best strategy for Twitch is like if you want to actually like get big and have a community, is don't just do Twitch, because everybody says it, everybody knows it. Twitch is terrible at promoting a tiny user, a small user. It's not that they're terrible at it; it's just that they can't do it. It's not
Yeah,
possible.
they have to.
It
They have
really
to.
is impossible.
They have to pump what makes them money.
Yeah, exactly. It really is impossible to pump a guy that gets 3 viewers a day. It's
Hmm.
not possible. No matter how much you feel they should or how much you think they should care about the small content creator, it's just not possible. the
Right.
the way for me, I believe, to get a community on Twitch is to go through other stuff. Go through TikTok. Number one, go through YouTube. YouTube is the number one thing.
Yeah.
If you're just doing Twitch or you're not doing YouTube, you're doing yourself a disservice. Because YouTube,
Absolutely. I
your
100% agree.
yeah, because YouTube, your videos stay up always, and it's always being discovered and it's always being promoted. And it may not get promoted that much at first, but a year later you may look at it and see that it has 1,000 views because YouTube randomly promoted it one day. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's why I like YouTube, because YouTube will do that. It'll promote you, and that's the promotion that you need. Because if you can grow your
Right.
audience on YouTube, if you can get 1,000 subs on YouTube, then you can get 100 followers on Twitch. And hopefully
Yeah.
that conversion rate keeps happening to eventually you have a good community on Twitch and YouTube. And if money is your true goal, even though we said it shouldn't, you'll be having two different incomes.
Yeah.
If that's your true goal. But if you want to
Yeah.
formulate a community on Twitch, don't just use Twitch. Please don't just use
Oh,
Twitch.
yeah.
Use other social
Absolutely.
media, and also be friendly, please. Like, talk to other people, network with yourself.
Yeah.
I see me and Brian talk about it literally all the time. All the
Almost every
time.
day, I feel like.
Almost almost every day. People talking about, oh, they're not big, or they don't get people stopping into the streams, and like, well, like, you don't talk to people. You got
Yeah.
like, if you're a small time
Or-
streamer and you think you're entitled to viewers, then you're doing this wrong, because you're not.
Yeah.
Nobody is. And
Or
90%. I'm sorry, but
the thing that
90%
I
of the
hate-
time, the viewers that you get for your small time streams are your friends and your other content
Yeah.
creators. It's not random people.
You know what? I don't even, as far as viewership, almost none of my viewers are IRL. Like, if you take like James, Tyler, Malik pulls up every so often. And like Jordan, because I mean he's my brother. But if you take that out of the equation, all the people that come to my stream are people that I met out there, like not, people who know me from work or people who know me personally, because we were friends or we grew up together. Like none of those guys are in my stream. So I get those people because I network with people. And I know it sounds like, it's like tricky, like, oh, you're only talking to people because you want them to pull up to your stream. No, no, no. There's a lot of genuinity in it. Like, one, I stream on Twitch not to make money, right? It's not income for me. It is to have a good time and just have a space where I can show myself in a different way than I could like on Facebook or Twitter or something. It's just a different environment, a different platform to use. But if you're only posting like, hey, look at me type stuff, and you're not actually ever leaving the send tweet button or upload button, just putting up your content, if you're not going to view other content and talking to other creators and engaging with other creators, they're not going to care about you. You're just another dude that posted another clip. People are more inclined to come see what you're about if you're engaging them. Because kind of like you said, we were just talking about something yesterday. People like to talk about themselves, that kind of thing. And if someone sees you responding to content that they've produced, then you're going to catch your attention a little bit more than if you just had a random clip, unless it's just an amazing 300 out of 10 clip, like nobody's going to care. They're going to swipe up, see the next one, and keep moving, or left or right, depending on whatever app you're on. But you have to engage people. You have to be willing to not be a super shy person. Or if you are a shy person, you know, behind a keyboard, you're not forced to have a conversation with someone. You can comment on some stuff, like some stuff, view different people, check out people that are into the same things that you are. And it doesn't have to feel forced. Like it's just, there's so many content creators that I've kind of known for a little while, and they do the same thing over and over and over again. Post a clip, don't even put a funny caption on it, stream live, get the results that they don't want, don't engage the chat, and then go on social media and cry about it. Like they're
Yeah.
entitled to it. It's like, what have you done for it?
The
That'd be
number
like
one
me.
thing I hate is
Mhm.
going to somebody. I'm like, oh, this person, he looks cool. So I go to their Twitter,
Yeah.
and literally every single tweet is just saying going live, going live, going live,
Oh yeah.
and
I'll
obviously they
mute
have
them.
no likes on any of them. But that's
Yeah.
literally the only
It's unengaging.
reason they use Twitter. And also, there's people with like personal discords that the
Hmm.
only thing they're active in the Discord is just to say, I'm going live.
Going
And
live.
they'll literally
I
have
hate
people
that.
talking in the Discord, trying to be active in their community, and they don't
Hmm.
talk. They just say, yo, guys, I'm going live in 30 minutes. Let's go. Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro.
I won't name any names, but there was someone that I had met them outside of Twitch. Eventually pulled up to their Twitch channel. I was like, oh, okay, this person is kind of cool. Um, and then eventually joined their server, and their server is literally just only promoting their own content. Like it's literally dead. Hang on, let me see. When was the last time they spoke in their own server? They had 3 new people join their server in the last like 2 or 3 weeks. Didn't even welcome them in.
Gee.
Haven't spoken since end of May. That was the last time a conversation was had in there. But the same person will go on Twitter and cry about it.
Really?
Like, yeah.
I hate that.
Oh man, I don't know why my viewers are falling off. It's because you're not engaging them. You're not giving them a reason to care about you, the individual, not
Yeah.
what you can offer as a streamer or how good you are at a game. Like they're not invested. I can find 10 million people that are good at playing video games, but I won't care about a single one of them unless if there is some part of their personality that is showing or that they display that makes me care about them, kind of thing.
Yeah, and also like if you feel like you have that personal relationship with the content creator, you're more
Yeah.
inclined to watch them, and also
Hmm.
you get more fulfillment out of watching them. Like I
Oh
get
yeah,
more
100%.
fulfillment out of watching Jordan compared to watching some random person. That's because I
Oh
know
yeah.
him, and I'm like, yo, this is funny. Like, I like seeing his
Yep.
reactions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like you want someone to feel like they have that personal bond with you, and I even feel like that they want them to actually have that with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because no matter what,
Exactly.
your first viewers, I don't care. how popular the game you're playing is. I don't care like how good you think you are at the game. Your
Mhm.
first couple of viewers are going to be your friends, family, and other content creators. It's not
Yeah.
going to be random people popping into your streams, because believe me, those people aren't popping into the 2 viewer streams. They're popping into the 10,000 viewer streams or the
Yeah.
7,000 viewer streams. What's the point of watching
Yep.
some guy with a crappy gameplay, like he has a pixelated gameplay and like the crappy
Oh God.
camera, it doesn't even have a layout. What's the point of what's the point of watching that guy when I can go watch Nick Merckx that has like, it looks
Yeah.
perfect
Everything's
and
clean.
yeah, he's funny, he has great content, he has friends, the
Yeah.
chat is active, the community goes crazy. So why would I watch you? You know?
Yeah.
And the point of Twitch is to build up that community. Twitch is just the gateway, but it's your job to get there,
Yeah.
So
This is true. Absolutely. Twitch is the tool, and you're the person behind the tool.
Exactly. And like if you want to, you can blame everybody but yourself, but the number one problem for most people that it's not even like getting consistent views, but most people that don't think they're being successful on Twitch is usually you. And that's why we're going on here to say, like, if you have a problem with Twitch, if you have a problem with how they're doing things or how your channel's being promoted, believe me, the problem isn't them, it's you. I'm saying that in the most loving way I can say it, just for you to realize that, listen, you got to market yourself. Number one, this isn't your job. This is just a tool, like Brian said. They don't employ you. They don't give you benefits. You use their website, and they let you use their website.
Exactly.
It's not their job to market you. It's your job to market yourself. You see all these big streamers, like for example, there's the big streamers like Aiden, Speed. I don't know who these people are, but like they get like thousands upon thousands of views. And the reason they're big because they marketed themselves on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like I found both of them on TikTok, and there was some crazy clips. I'm like, yo, I gotta go figure out who this person is.
Yeah.
And now like Aiden, he's like the number one streamer on Twitch. He gets 100,000 views every single stream. You know how insane that is, bro? 100,000 people stopping this stream. 100,000 consistently. It doesn't even drop off. Like that's insane to think about.
That is,
but that's because he marketed himself.
People.
It's a lot of people.
And people forget about the human aspect. They like a lot of people treat viewers as this number that should be there. These people should just automatically care about me, kind of thing. It's like you forget when someone pulls up to your stream that they could literally be doing anything else in the world, but they've taken time to come hang out with you. You have to consider that. Like that has to be a factor. There has to be a human side. When people pop into my stream, I greet them, ask them how they're doing, what's up, that kind of thing. I try to be engaging. Got the camera in front of me. I'm looking at the camera, like sometimes when I'm talking to them, so then they know I'm communicating with them instead of just looking down at the screen playing the game. Like you have to treat that person in the chat as more than just a name with some words. Like that's a person. If they're not entertained by you, they can go to somebody else's stream, which is okay. Like not everybody's going to be for you, but if someone is taking time to see what you're about, take time to make them feel welcome and make them want to come back. Where if maybe for a second they want to go pop out to go say hi to their buddy that's live or somebody that they regularly watch, give them a reason to want to come back to you.
And if you're not doing that, you're missing the complete point of Twitch. You're literally missing the point, because if you're not trying to create those personal bonds or that connection with your audience, then your audience might as well be watching a TV show, watching Breaking Bad or something. What's the point of going to Twitch? Going to Twitch, the reason why you even have an audience is so that they can talk to you. There's a chat section for a reason. They drop subs to show their support. It's because they're trying to connect with you and build a bond with you and actually get a part of your community. If you're not creating that community or taking time to create that community, you're missing the point, and you're not doing your job as a content creator for Twitch. That's just what it is. And if you don't feel like doing that, there's other stuff that you can do. Like for me,
like a job.
A job. And like,
but it always goes back to me. It's like, you don't got to be out here suffering in these streets on Twitch. You can just go find a career.
Like go work at Best Buy. I know people don't like to advertise it. You have more fun there, and like I don't like that people try to down on jobs like McDonald's and Best Buy. Like, oh, he works at McDonald's. Haha. Like, no,
a lot of them make more clocking in at McDonald's than I make from content creating alone.
That's what I'm saying.
Honest, if I quit my job and decided to just do content creating, no matter how good I am, that guy that's mopping the floor at McDonald's is going to make more money than me this year.
Exactly.
100%. If I only went to streaming on Twitch, put some respect on getting a real job. You know,
Exactly. Like
I hate the emo like Twitch streamer, like the one that's always crying about the gaming industry, the lack of viewers, just everything about them is negative. Man, there's so many times I get on Twitter, right? And I have to restrain myself because if I went
so
full
he had to
force on
restrain
Twitter, bro,
himself.
yeah, they would think that I'm the negative guy. But there's so many times that like I see stuff that people say online that like if they were in person, I would let it go unchecked. Never. Because like if someone's crying about something at my job or IRL, I gotta address it. I'm like, all right, well, what's going on? You know, like what's the problem? And if we identify the problem and the problem's you, I'm gonna say, hey dog, you're the problem. But if I do that on Twitter, I'm gonna look like the bad guy because we're in this state where everyone's the victim on Twitter and you can't tell somebody like, yo, there's something you can do different. Here's what you can do different. Try this. Oh, you don't want to try? All right, stop.
Oh, you froze. He froze? Hello? Brian? Are you there, bro?
Crying about it. You hear me now?
Yeah,
I
there
can
you
hear
go.
you.
Okay,
But
wait,
yeah,
wait, hold on.
anywho.
Let it stabilize for a couple seconds. Like, your camera's moving and stuff like that, but okay, we're back. All right,
Yeah. What
guys.
I
I'm
was
sorry, a
saying
little
is,
intermission there. That was a little technical
yeah,
difficulties. But yeah, say what you're saying.
before the powers that be tried to cut me off there.
The
What I
Twitter
was
powers.
saying is, yeah, the negative tweeter person like that is always like, you know, so and so needs to fix their game. This game is bad. I don't know why people play it, but then they go to play it every single time. Or I don't know why I'm getting viewers. I hate the negative content creator, right? Like I bless you or whatever that was.
No, I was laughing. 'Cause
Oh,
I know
okay.
what you're
I couldn't
talking
see your
about.
face. I wasn't. So I wasn't sure what was going on there. But like Apex, they cry a lot, like a lot about the game, right?
Yeah.
It's a free game. I have never, ever, 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 ever given Apex a single dollar of my money. Apex doesn't gain anything from me except for exposure when I play it on stream. And that's only to a few people, right? You don't like the game, you don't gotta play it. You don't gotta pay for a season pass. You don't have to get a skin just to show up and get bodied, you know? Like you don't have to do these things. You can play something else, you know?
Yeah, you're calling
Stop
out a
crying
lot of
about the
people
games.
right now, bro.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
calling out a
Call of
lot of
Duty,
people, bro.
everybody complains about Call of Duty. I hate the people that complain about skill-based matchmaking, right? It's a pain point for me, and I'm passionate about it, all right?
Mm-hmm.
If you are at a certain level in your Call of Duty career where you've got a high KD, stop expecting to get bot lobbies. You know, like you can't be crying like, oh man, skill based matchmaking is terrible, man. All these other streamers are getting bot lobbies, or they got a VPN and they're getting these catered to them lobbies. Like, no, dog. If you perform at a certain level, if you perform at a 2.3 level, like skillfully, not just camping, 2.3 level, expect other demons to be in there with you. Dog. They're not going to give you. You're not going to see me versus Nick Merckx. Like Nick Merckx is never going to pull into a lobby where he faces me, the King 27.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
why? Because I'm not at his level. He's not at mine. So expect to have hard, competitive games if you play at a hard, sweaty, competitive level. How it's supposed to be, man. If you want to play an easy game, go play, I don't know, Paw Patrol or something. You know, like you don't have to play this game. If you complain that the game is too hard, don't play it, or find a way to enjoy it through the pain. But if any game is a pain point for you, you got to stop playing it, period. Like you're not doing yourself any kind of favors by playing something you don't enjoy.
Yeah, no, exactly. I feel like people just like to complain, you know? Like even back in
100%.
Warzone, like I can understand complaining about Warzone now, but back when Warzone was in its prime,
Free game again.
Yeah, it's a free game. But back when Warzone was in its prime, like a year ago, everybody was playing it. It was like the #1 game, and it was actually a lot of fun. People were straight complaining about everything, like the guns, the balance. We need a new map. We need this and that. It was always complaints. You know, and the number one thing I say
They
to
need to
that,
remove this gun.
yeah, the number one thing I say to that, bro, is like, you don't gotta dedicate your whole life to this game, bro.
Right.
Like, you know, if this game does something that disappoints you or that you don't like, there's other games out there, and more
Mm-hmm.
importantly, there's other free games out there.
Yeah,
Like we were
a
saying
lot.
earlier, Fortnite created that landscape of having a bunch of free games, but there's freaking the new Vampire Battle Royale game. There's Apex Legends. There's like the dodgeball game. I think there's
Yep.
Brawlhalla. There's
Yeah.
Fall Guys. There's so many different free
Bro
games,
company.
and like if you don't want to play Warzone and you still just want to have fun with your friends, there's so many games to do that on. You know,
Yeah.
so like you don't really have to complain all the time about it. Saying it once is enough, but saying it every single day is just annoying.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I
And
don't
for
like.
me, like I don't think that I complain about many games. Like I remember I had that point where Apex like was like, I'm not gonna play this for a little bit. But it wasn't me crying about the game. I got bullied and I was like, I'm not gonna let that happen to me. I was protecting myself. I wasn't complaining about anything that Apex did. It's still a good game. Apex is probably one of the best games I've ever played, Um, protecting myself from getting, anger, upset about the game or any kind of PTSD. But like I wouldn't go into Apex and just be like, yo, that game is hard, don't play it. We're not gonna have fun. This is wrong with it. This is wrong with it. No, it's just like, yo, I got bodied by somebody who was better than me. I didn't want it to
Yeah,
happen again.
I think that's mainly
But
with
like,
people who like just kind of accept fault for stuff. Like you'll see
yeah,
somebody
take the
die and they'll
L.
be like we know me and you know a bunch of people that are like, oh,
Yeah,
I died, this person is a hacker, and they say it
yeah,
every
they're
single time,
hacking.
and it's not even
Do
a
they have
joke.
walls?
Like
Do
I'll
they have walls? Like,
like me personally, I'll say like, oh, that guy's a hacker as a joke sometimes, and even sometimes I'll load into a lobby, be like, yo, I'm about to put my Cronus on.
oh yeah, yeah,
And my teammates get so worried. They're like, "This man's hacking," and like I play
right,
good, so they actually start to question it sometimes.
yeah.
I remember one
I
time I
got
did so
bodies.
good that Brian was like, "Jordan," she was like, "Josh, that didn't make any sense."
Yeah,
But like,
it was.
there's so many people that talk like that and act like that, and they can never accept that that player might just be better. You know,
Yeah, exactly. Take
just
the L.
might be better.
We're
Just
just
take the L.
before we went live, we were talking about customs, and someone said there was going to be like a sweaty, like tryhard player in the customs later, and I was like, okay, cool, bring
Yeah,
that guy on. I need to
exactly.
meet this guy because I'm playing in lobbies that are based on the people that I'm playing with, right? And if there's somebody that's better than you guys, no matter how good you guys are, I need to interact and engage with that person, watch their kill cam, see how they killed me, see what I can do, and how to integrate that into my play style. If it's a way that I can play, that it's an improvement for me. Like not saying that the way that they operate is going to be the best way to do it every single time, but sometimes you can pick up on little things like Jordan, for example. I've been watching Jordan a year and a half, 2 years almost, play
Hmm.
Warzone and multiplayer games, stuff like that. And he drop shots people and shreds them, right? Now, instead of just going, oh, that's cheesy. I can't believe you do that. Like, that's stupid. Just shoot him in the face, give him a fair fight. No, it's a technique. It's in the game. Use it. And you know what I started doing? I started integrating that into how I play. I still play exactly the same way that I would play. I try to push things that maybe I shouldn't. I try to be smart to a certain extent, but now I just integrate that technique that I've seen because I've seen how successful it can be and taken what I can do and put them together. Kiss, like you have to be willing to accept that maybe someone's better than you. It's that main character syndrome. Like everybody feels like they got to be the best, they got to be the ultimate winner. No, no matter who you are or what you do, someone's always better. And you have to be able to accept that and be real with yourself in life, whether it's your job, your video game, whatever it is that you take pride in that you're good at, somebody does it better. Hate to break it to you. Like stop crying
Yeah.
about someone being better than you.
Yeah.
Or I got another
Exactly.
one.
Exactly.
The ones that will show up, like I try to avoid any kind of Call of Duty type of Twitter or tweets or anything on social media, honestly. I like Apex and like Rogue Company kind of tweets, those kind of things. But Call of Duty, you'll have a bunch of guys that don't like Call of Duty or don't play it, and they will take time out of their day to go say something negative in the comment section whenever Call of Duty pulls something up. That would be like if me, I don't like F1 racing, and F1 racing is like yo, so and so's got this new car, this motor operates this way, and it's improved horsepower, this, and this. And me not being a Formula One racer, like signing into Twitter that morning just to go, car's trash, bro. Look at what it's doing to the environment. They can do something faster if they just went full electric. Like that's what it's like when somebody that says that they don't like or hate Call of Duty, like goes into a Call of Duty tweet to talk about how they don't like Call of Duty. It's like, one, nobody cares. Two, why are you spending your energy on it if you don't care about it and you hate it? Like, why are you finding the time for it? It's a video game. It's something you don't have to buy. You know, like you don't have to be involved with it if you are not interested in it at all. You know, like
Yeah,
I hate those
100%.
guys.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's like it's like going to. I hate seeing this on YouTube and stuff like this. When
Mhm.
you see someone comment on a video and be like, "Yo, this song's trash," or "This video is
Yeah.
trash," or "This manga is trash," "Anime is trash," I'm like, if that's how you felt about the anime
Just skip it.
or video
Don't waste your
already,
time.
why did you even enter the video? You know,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you know, it's like you knew what you were getting and you still went in expecting a different outcome, which I don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah, or not expecting a different outcome, but just wanting to cry. Like what you're
yeah,
gonna
yeah, they
get
wanted to
while
win.
you're there.
There's just some people that just do stuff just for the fact that they know that afterwards they can complain about it. You know, I think it's the
Yeah,
same thing for some people on gaming and Warzone. Like they'll get on Warzone knowing they'll get killed by a hacker once in a blue moon, and once it does
yeah.
happen, they start whining about it. Like, bro, you know what's
Hmm.
gonna happen. It's just a
Alternating
fact of
caps
living,
letters.
not a fact of living, but a fact of gaming. You know that there's gonna
Yeah.
be hackers. There's gonna be people out there that are gonna try to ruin your gameplay experience, and you know what's
Mhm.
gonna happen. You don't need to complain every single time it happens, bro. But we know it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. You know, there's
Move
people
on.
that get online just so that they can complain, and I don't support that. People like that are just negative Nancy's, like you said, and
Yeah.
they're annoying.
And if they're like this with video games, how much are they failing or faulty in their regular lives? If they take video games that way, what's their normal life look like? Do you have a job? Can you accept defeat in the real world? If you fail or do something bad at your job, is it management's problem, or oh, I've got a bad manager, or like, oh, the company is bad at this? Like, yo, I can't say what I was about to say because I
When
was
you
normally
said, "Do you
censored,
have a
but
job?"
but like, if you're this way with video games, you're probably faulty as a human being already, and that's gonna be tough for people to hear. But it's the truth. It's how I feel. It's accurate. There's probably some malfunction or dysfunction in your life where you got to be negative about something that's completely optional for you to be involved in, and you're that way. Like, I don't get it, but you do you, boo boo, and you die at 50 because of negativity and stress and not being able to enjoy things. Like you do that, you have that experience.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that is where we're gonna cut it off for today. We got a pretty
Yeah.
long video now, a pretty long podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys
Yes.
do enjoy the video, drop a like, drop a sub,
Yes.
and
Hit that like button, dog.
if we
Do
do
it.
see
You know
good
you want to
reception,
do it.
if we do see good reception of this video, we'll continue with these type of podcast type videos too. In addition to the
Yes.
reactions and the normal like Among Us videos and stuff like that. So let us know what you
Yes.
think.
Yes, absolutely. Tell us if you agree, if you disagree, if I'm right, if he's wrong. Just do it respectfully, but we want that engagement. We want to see things
Yeah.
from your perspective. It's not, we just don't want you to go, cool vid, like tell us what you got from it.
Yeah, exactly. So all right guys, we'll catch you later. Deuces.
Alrighty.